It is 2024, and a lot of things have changed over the last 2, 3, 4 years, ever since, that year 2020. But frankly, one thing has stayed quite the same, and that's the Delaware is a pretty cool place to live. And I actually have a list right now of 10 of my favorite, a mixture of recreation, school districts, and also just the finance side of living in Delaware, all conglomerated in with 7 others that, quite frankly, make Delaware, in my opinion, the best East Coast state to live in. And I'm going to try and prove it for you right now. Let's get into it. If we haven't met before, by the way, my name is Zachary Faust. I'm the team leader over here at the Loft team, powered by Real Broker. We service the whole state, and that's why we're going to talk about the entire state. Now, if you don't know Delaware, we are broken up into 3 separate counties. We have Newcastle County, Kent County, and Sussex County. Sussex County hosts the farmlands and the beaches and is connected to our central county, Kent County, by one town specifically that shares both zip codes, Milford. I love Milford. I live in Milford. Up through Kent County, we have Dover, which houses our main office here at Loft, and also the Dover Air Force Base, and going all the way up to Newcastle, we have our bridge, our canal, and that leads you in places like Wilmington, and driving straight through into places like Philly, which leads me into number 10, is so pivotal to what everyone does here. We all make a day trip to Philly happen. Anybody that's here in Delaware will claim Ocean City, Maryland as their own, at least throughout the summer. And not to mention the fact that we can get over the place like Annapolis, Baltimore, D.C, Alexandria. We also don't have a full-fledged airport outside of a small one in Newcastle County. So being able to get to places like the D.C airports of Reagan and Dulles and getting up to BWI or Philly is pretty important. And before dropping into 9, the central location goes a level deeper because inwardly within the state, if you were to be in Dover or just Kent County as a whole, you're just 45 minutes away from being to the northernmost points of Delaware and about 45 minutes to an hour away from being to all the beaches like Rehoboth and Dewey, which we'll get into later. So that's a really big benefit to not have to go super far to get where you need to go. Number 9, and this is in no particular order, obviously, because some people would have this at number 1, but number 9 is no shopping tax. That's right, 0% shopping tax. There's no catch either. There's no like, hey, you bought bananas, here's the banana tax, or you bought a video game, there's a video game tax, or what have you. There's no catch. If you're buying something both online or offline, that's right, I said online as well, you do not pay taxes on it for buying that item. There are people I know, and I don't know if you're actually allowed to do this, but there are people I know that live in Philly and live in Jersey that will have things sent on Amazon to their friend in Wilmington or Newcastle or Bear and literally drive and go get the item from them because they didn't want to pay the taxes to have it shipped to their own house. That's, again, I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but people do it because we have a 0% shopping tax. Number 8, I want to get niche-y, something not a lot of people think about as I read through my notes. The life cycle in Delaware. You can have your whole life cycle right here in Delaware. And that's why I have it at number 8. It's important, but it's niche because think about it. We have the rural areas of fields, and you wake up and you see the sunrise and the glimmer over the trees, and it sometimes smells like manure, but that's okay. I like that. I like the small town vibe. Everyone knows everyone at the hardware store. You can get that. You can also get the beach luxury. You can build a modern home on a $3 million lot of sand that overviews the ocean. Talk about a beautiful sunrise. Now, you go up north. We can get into areas that are both open and like the Odessa-Townsend area, but then getting really populated over the bridge. As we go into the higher side of Delaware, you're getting into cities. You're getting into suburban type environments. You're getting into more compact city lifestyles that are more downtownish. And then also, we have slower areas. We have the retirement zones. Millsboro, Milton, Harbison are slowly becoming a mecca for the retirement community. It's slower. There's golf. There's lots of stuff to do for entertainment and dining. It makes all the sense. So truly, from start to finish, you could come here to the Air Force Base, do the military, and then slowly live out your entire life cycle in one state happily. Oh, and probably cheaply too, because you're not paying any shopping tax your entire life. That's got to add up, right?
Number 7.
Just so you know, I've heard every argument. We have beaches too. Our pizza is absolutely fantastic. I have other videos on those. We're not just about Corrados. And the lifestyle here, give it a chance. Just give it 6 months. Get a rental property here for a little bit, or just give me a call and we can go see some properties and talk about it. But I'm telling you right now, your lifestyle can improve, your finances can go longer, and you can overall live an amazing life, retire out happily, selling your property in Jersey, taking the equity, having your choice of home here in Delaware, and making a thing of it. Again, here's the email. Let's make it happen. Number 6, it's simply better than New Jersey. Let's be upfront and real. It's better than Jersey in so many ways. Let's strictly talk finances, though. If you want to have an opinion about anything anything else, Jersey, feel free to message me. Here's my email right here. We can get in contact about anything you'd like, especially about the differences between Delaware and Jersey and other places like Philly, but specifically the 12 counties where you could see a higher than $10,000 a year tax bill on your property, a $10,000 a month bill every year just for owning your property. Of the 12 counties that have that opportunity for you in this country, 7 of them are in New Jersey. And with an average price point in South Jersey of well over $500,000, you can imagine that most residents are completely ready and willing to pay so much money to their state and county that they're never really gonna see. Whereas in Delaware, we just had a reassessment and our tax rates have changed, but still have not even held a candle to the average tax rate of South Jersey, which is officially $8,600, where Delaware's falls just over $1,600 per year. That's not per month. So $8,500 plus versus close to $1,500. I mean, come on, that's humongous. So Delaware's not Jersey. We have that at number 6. Number 5, I'd like to talk about my passion and something that I am a bit biased toward. It's golf. Golf here in Delaware is actually really good. And I'll tell you why, because up north, when we get into the Wilmington areas, we get into a place called Pike Creek and Hockessin, where you start to get a lot of hills, a lot of rolling type mountainy landscapes, and it leads to some fun golf at places like Deerfield, Rock Manor, Fieldstone, or the AI DuPont Country Club. Lots of fun golf to be had up there with all the different changes in landscape. You get into Middletown, Odessa. We have some link style courses. One of my favorites is St. Anne's Links there in Middletown. And going farther down south all the way through Dover, you have the Dover Air Force Bases, which is actually a really solid golf course. And we have beach golf. Who doesn't like beach golf? You get into the Rehoboth, Lewis, Bethany, even down south into Ocean View. You have a lot of awesome beach golf. And I'm a 14 handicap. I'm nothing that's super exciting out there on a golf course. I'm sitting here selling houses. But when I get out to play, there's a lot of options in a small area where, in a lot of places, you're a 30-minute drive, 45-minute drive from your 2 or 3 courses, where I have a good probably 30 to 35 options, all within a 30 to 45-minute drive of me. And as a golf addict, I love that. Number 4, this, again, is the reason some people have moved into the Delaware area. It's coming in at 4. Again, no particular ranking to these things. You decide where you have them prioritized. But for number 4, the events and festivals that happen in Delaware, they're all the time, everywhere. Remember when someone said there's nothing to do in Delaware? I think that was true back in like 2004, 2005. And people just started to say, well, let's start finding things to do and making stuff to do. And more festivals became more and more populated, and so they created more. There's more music festivals that involve like jazz, rap, hip hop. There's emo stuff. You can go and have a festival for the Sea Witch Festival. There's the festival for peaches. There's the festival for Scrapple. Do you know what Scrapple is? If you don't know, Google it. I'm not a big fan, but some people here absolutely die for it. There's a festival for everything, not to mention our Firefly Music Festival, which is a countrywide renowned, like people travel in from like Australia to come to Firefly. We have a lot of cool festivals, parades, every holiday. There's Shellville in December. I mean, there's always something to do. And if you say that Delaware is boring and you're here, you're not looking for anything to do, in my opinion. There's so much to do, and it starts right there. Number 3, if you ask me as a business owner, I'm going to go ahead and put this at number 1 in my priority. It's the taxes that go toward LLC and that goes toward overall running a company. So let me talk about investing in real estate. If you have an Airbnb, we have a very low to no lodging tax. The numbers work on a lot more long-term rental properties, BRRRR opportunities, and flip opportunities than a lot of other states. So if you're an investor, look into Delaware. Also, if you're a business owner, look at incorporating in Delaware. And even if you don't live here, you can have your LLC filed and held at a very cheap rate, at a low tax rate, one of the lowest in the country, and you don't even have to live here. That's right, ESPN, Tesla, Yahoo, ABC, NBC, all the big names that you know of, almost the entire S&P 500 is LLC'd, incorporated here in the state of Delaware. It's easy to do online. You can get your papers back, at least for temporary filing, the same day. Usually get it all the way back to you within a week or 2. It's incredible. And if you're not taking advantage of that, at least from a tax perspective, no matter where you live in the country, give Delaware that. File your LLC here. it's the best place to do it. The laws are friendly. The taxes are great. There's no loss. Number 2 is right next to breathing for me. It's fine dining. And not just fine dining. I like a cheeseburger. I want tacos. I want bar food. I also want some nice food. I want to go out for sushi. I want to go out for seafood. I want to hit the hibachi. I'll eat anything. And so I need a place that has a lot of options. And from real good Italian pizza to smash burgers to getting your fine dining on down at the beach, so many options, and I could spend the whole video on it, so let's not. But to break it down, Wilmington has become like a baby Philly, and so many different articles talking about the beer gardens and the new restaurants and the actual beautiful fine dining restaurants that are located up there, as well as the hole in the walls and the cheesesteaks and the hoagie spots and the gyros or gyros, however you want to pronounce it. They're incredible, and you could eat out somewhere differently every day in North Delaware, and you're going to eat somewhere different. It's a lot of options up there. And plus, down in Kent County, down toward the beaches, seafood, sushi, steak, the 3 S's, all fantastic. So many options. Then tacos, cheeseburgers. You want to go to a mac and cheese spot. There's several options. And I don't see anybody ever complaining about the food options in Delaware. So many places for a date, for a meeting, for just going by yourself and having some good daggone food. I love the dining options here in Delaware. If anyone tells you otherwise, they haven't been here at least long enough to find out that it actually is really good. And number 1, I want to keep this short and sweet, but it's tough to do. We are on a path, a trajectory that I believe Delaware is uniquely on. There's so many factors, from people moving in from Jersey, from Philadelphia, from different areas up and down the East Coast, all the way up to Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts, that are choosing to make Delaware home, whether for retirement, second home, investment, or to bring their family in for military, medical. So many opportunities, all while, statistically, we're one of the most populated states in the country based off our land mass alone, meaning we're running out of dirt. And if I know anything about economics, and I'm just a real estate agent, I know supply and demand run everything. And right now what I'm seeing is a decrease year over year in the amount of land that's available and the amount of homes that are becoming available, while we're seeing an increase, even in times where affordability is tough, even in times where I believe many people who want to desperately own a home just simply can't right now. We're still seeing an increase in buying power. We're still seeing an increase in people moving into the area, building new construction, moving and buying homes down at the beach. Everywhere in Delaware, we're seeing the decrease in supply while buyer demand is not going away. So what that tells me is the number 1 reason to move in Delaware is your asset's going to grow. Delaware is growing. Like it or not, people are moving in. Hate the traffic, I get it. Hate how filled the outlets get during the hot season, I get it. There's so many different reasons we can complain, but what if we look at the fact that Delaware is growing? The economy is being more stimulated every single month, every single year, every single decade. We're a different state, it seems like. And frankly, more people means more homes, which means more taxes go to our schools, our roadways, and our overall expectations of living in Delaware. So I see nothing but positive in our growth. And someone like you, if you're thinking of making the move to Delaware, would highly recommend, again, shoot us an email, give us a call. We'd love the opportunity to chat with you about it. And maybe I missed one of your main reasons that you possibly want to move to Delaware. And if you're here in Delaware, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what I missed. And please like, subscribe, hit the bell. We work really hard on these. Our team puts so much effort into these videos, and we do it for you. So appreciate you so much. Catch you again on the next one.